Over the next 6 minutes, we're going to talk through what you need to do to buy your first home in 2026. And with the key programs, you might be able to save thousands too. See, 1/3 of buyers last year were first-time home buyers. And of those, the large majority didn't even use these special programs to help them with down payment and closing costs because they think they didn't qualify. And it turns out many of them did. It just turns out maybe the companies they went with or the loan officers they worked with didn't offer those programs. And therefore, it wasn't something that was presented to them. So we're going to talk through it today and get you on your way in 2026 to being a homeowner. All right, so let's break it down into just 5 steps here, just general steps before we go into the program. So the first is to know your credit and know your budget. You want to know what you've got credit-wise. You want to know what you've got budget-wise in order to purchase a home. And honestly, that's something you should be able to do with your lender. For us, we do a soft credit pull. I think that's really important out there is a soft credit pull is because you don't want to have those inquiries impacting your credit as you're looking around and determining what is out there for you. Number 2 is know what ready looks like. I have a lot of people who come to me and say, hey, we're not ready to buy a house. We'll call you next year. And I always respond with the same thing. Do you know what ready looks like? And most of them just don't. They just have in their head that maybe they need to save more, or maybe they need to be making more, or maybe they need to be in their job a little bit longer, but they don't really know what ready looks like. If you're working with the right lender, they should walk you through what ready looks like. Whether you are ready today or you're going to be ready 5 years from now, it's important right now to get on with your lender to find out what ready looks like. We'd love to be your lender. Like, follow, contact information in our bio. But anyways, know what ready looks like. Don't think you're bothering me, or you shouldn't be bothering another lender by calling them and saying, get me ready. Tell me where I need to be. Number 3 is going to be getting pre-approved, not pre-qualified, not you go online and say, here's how much I make and here's what my car payments are and what do you think I can afford? No, a full-on pre-approval where you have a professional, a licensed professional who actually goes through all of your information and tells you, hey, here's what you can do, and sits down with you and goes over what I consider to be the 3 important numbers. What is my payment? How much money do I need? And what price point should I be shopping in? If you don't have those 3 numbers, you don't have enough information to go out there. So number 3, a proper pre-approval here. You're going to buy in 2026. So take these steps. Number 4 is down payment and closing costs. Make sure you have enough money to do all this stuff. That's part of the pre-approval process. I don't even know why I called it step number 4, because it is part of that pre-approval process. You're walking through that with me. And then work with the right team. If you're not connected with a real estate agent and you call me, I'm going to connect you with an agent who has strong ties in that community. Why is that important? Well, because those strong ties actually get offers accepted. When other agents know that agent and know that that agent does their due diligence and knows that that agent brings people to the closing table, their offers get accepted more than others. So the right team is important. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. If you don't have the right lender, you don't have the right realtor, your offers might not be getting accepted just because of that alone. So step 5 is the right team. So let's back up here. We went through those steps. Know your budget, know what ready looks like, get your pre-approval, save for that down payment and closing costs with the right team. Now let's talk about programs that are available, because we talked about stuff that potentially could save you thousands of dollars in purchasing a home. So there's the standard programs that are going to be available. You have your conventional, you have your FHA, you have your USDA, you get your VA. VA 100% financing, USDA 100% financing, FHA low down payments, 3.5%, a little more lenient with credit. Conventional as little as 3% down. Lots of options for low down payment programs. However, on top of that, what most people don't know about, and 95% of loan officers don't even offer it, are down payment assistance programs. Now, most of these programs are offered through the state in which you are purchasing. Some states require you to have lived in the state for a certain amount of time. Maybe you get better deals because you've been living in that state for a certain amount of time. But ultimately, Each state is going to have their different programs. There are some federal programs as well. We offer probably about a dozen different ones that are federal, and each state has their own as well. So hit us up. We'll connect you with the right down payment assistance programs and help you determine which ones you qualify for. This is not something you're going to be able to go onto Google and look up. This is not something you're going to be able to ask AI. This is something that somebody with familiarity of those programs is going to have to look through, because there's intricate little details of each and every single program that are going to determine if you qualify. And frankly, if you talk to a loan officer that doesn't do those programs and just says, oh, you don't qualify for that, I wouldn't trust it. You need to go find somebody who knows the programs and actually looks, because like I said, 95% of those loan officers out there don't offer those down payment assistance programs, don't know them, and therefore their default answer is, sorry, you don't qualify for that. I hate to say it, it's a stain on our profession that actually happens, but I'm telling you right now, I get multiple people a week saying to me, oh, I don't qualify for this, or I don't qualify for that because so-and-so told me. And it turns out that company that told them that doesn't even offer the program. So a little suspicious. Then they call me and find out they do. So bottom line is that you need to talk to somebody who knows the programs, whether that's me or somebody else. Make sure they know the programs, because down payment assistance could exist out there for first-time home buyers that qualify. Usually there's income limits, but they're usually pretty generous too. Out in, say, let's talk Massachusetts for right now. Western Mass is up to about 130,000. Eastern Mass goes all the way up to the high hundreds for income limits. So income limits are oftentimes far more generous than you might think. And then the terms of what you're paying back are going to be different state to state too. Connecticut has a program, for instance, that offers up to $25,000 in forgivable down payment assistance. Mass has a program that offers up to $30,000 in no interest, no payments, no mortgage insurance, but you pay it off if you refinance or you sell the home 30 years from now. You give them their $30,000 back. There's different programs for different states that you've got to check to see what you qualify for. Again, don't try to search this online. Get on the phone with a loan officer. Get on the phone with me. Like, follow, share, all that kind of good stuff. We'd love to be your loan officer, licensed in all 50 states. You don't need 20% down, folks. You don't need perfect credit. The better the credit, the better. We get better mortgage insurance rates. You get better interest rates generally, but that shouldn't keep you from checking that out. Because if you're talking to the right loan officer, they're going to look at that credit and they're going to say, hey, you qualify today, but if you did this, this, and this, you're going to be better tomorrow. And hey, so while you're going to search for that house, why don't we pay this down or pay this off or do X, Y, and Z? So by the time you find the house, your score's boosted up 30, 40, 60, 80 points, and you're getting a better deal. So you don't need 20% down. You don't need perfect credit. What you need to do is you need to call and you need to get yourself prepared. Whether you think you're ready or not, let's get yourself prepared. Anyways, drop in your comments. Tell us what you think. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. In 2026, you could make this your year. So give me a buzz. We would absolutely love to help with each and every state that's out there. We're licensed nationally. We have programs in every single state where we can help you out for first-time home buyers. Like I said, state programs, national programs, proprietary programs from rate, all kinds of good stuff. So anyway, it's Brad, the mortgage guy. Appreciate hanging out with me here, and we'll catch you next time.